Recently, I made a video about quitting Epic 7 and Honkai Star Rail for a full week. I still played my main gacha War of the Visions, but I didn't log into any of my side games for 7 days. Here's what I learned. Did you think I could do it? Seriously, it's hard. Or maybe I'm just addicted to gacha games. Either way, the first few days of quitting my side games, I had the immense urge to check on both games, especially Epic 7. I felt there was so much more to do in Epic 7 than Honkai Star Rail, so I think that's a big part of it. But altogether, I was getting FOMO from both games, and it's kind of scary. So if I'm being honest, I missed playing Epic 7 a lot more than Honkai. I think that's probably why I've made the decision that I have in terms of how I'm going to be playing going forward. So what did I do with my extra time? Well, that's a great question, Massidia. Honestly, I did whatever I felt like. I spent more time playing my Steam Deck. I also found it easier to work on videos for my channel without that feeling of I've got to get my dailies done. Typically in the past, I'd come home from work and I'd get in front of my computer and I'd spend 30 to 60 minutes with a couple of windows of BlueStacks open playing my gacha games, and I'd be playing them simultaneously. But now all I had to do was my War of the Visions dailies and prep at the same time, because that's actually a little bit manageable. I think War of the Visions is a lot more auto hands off than the other two games, so it's really easy to have that going on in the background while I do other things. So that kind of gifted me that time to really focus on creating and doing various things that I wanted to do. Now, I love Epic 7, but there is so much content to do in that game despite what you might hear on Reddit. You have arena, you have quests, there's guild battle hunts, the rune altars, the expeditions, labyrinths, the automated tower, and more content, honestly, than I even just mentioned there. And Epic 7 actually released a big quality of life update that addresses the way that you can do your dailies. So that's actually going to affect the way that I play going forward. More on that in just a little bit. But in general, I just felt less stressed day to day. I felt like I had more time. I felt like I had more control over my time. And probably some of you are saying, duh, but you know, the other half of you are playing just as many gacha games as I am. And it's all kind of relative to your own experiences, your own willpower, your own priorities. So I think that this is hopefully something that we can all kind of learn and share from. So with all that said, what's happening now that my week of abstinence from extra gacha games is over? So what did I decide to change after my week of not playing more side gacha games? Well, first of all, I decided to quit Honkai Star Rail. I enjoyed the game. I really liked the story. I liked the world, the music quite a bit, but I just wasn't interested in the combat enough and the farming that was in the game. I just didn't see myself doing it long term. I didn't feel motivated to log in and actually do things like the simulated universe, which is a really cool concept and piece of content, but just wasn't for me, I guess. I'll probably keep the game installed and I'll come back and, you know, maybe when I have more time in the summer, I'll play through the story, because I do want to see kind of like where the story goes eventually, but I don't think I'll be playing it in any sort of competitive sense or in any sort of daily sense. Shortly after this hiatus from playing my side games, my PC broke anyway, and now that I have it fixed, I haven't even patched the game. But I think at this point, I'm done with Honkai Star Rail for now. Now, Epic 7 is a different case, because while I did enjoy my break from it, I also really missed the theory crafting. I missed playing PvP and just all of the type of account progression that the game offers. And if you don't know, I haven't even been playing the game for a whole year. So yes, for me, there is quite a bit to be doing in the game, even though people on Reddit say there's not. So I found myself still reading the Epic 7 subreddit during my week off. I continued to learn about the game. And since I've returned from my break, I've actually established a new way that I'll be playing the game that has kind of married the things I enjoyed about the break with the things that I like and want to do in Epic 7. So here are the rules that I'm going to be playing by now. At the bare minimum, I want to log in on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays to do guild battle. However, I have been logging in every day because of these other changes that I've made. The second thing is that I will not feel compelled to do dailies in any way if I don't get my daily bonuses. You know, I miss some things. I don't run a labyrinth for the shop, whatever it is. I'm going to close the app when I don't want to play anymore, and I'm not going to feel FOMO for not min-maxing those little things. And the third thing is I'm going to focus more on playing Arena, Guild Battle, and RTA, because those are the modes that I actually really like. And so since I've adopted these guidelines, I've been enjoying my time in Epic 7 even more. Sure, I'm not playing optimally, but my account is still slowly progressing. I don't always grab those labyrinth rewards or the weekly missions that you have to complete. I might miss the tower some months. I might miss expeditions. I don't claim all of my web events anymore, or even the daily rewards, but I'm having fun, and I think that's the most important part. This has all been helped by the new background farming mode. So if you don't know about that, basically you can start a farming quest and then click the button, and then you're back in the menu and you can go do other content simultaneously. You have to keep the app open. It's not like War of Divisions, but it's huge because I'll often log in, I'll go into some kind of quest immediately, just slap it onto background farming, and then I'll play 10 arena matches. And by the time I've done those 10 arena matches, I've usually got my daily rewards anyway. So then I just can't, scan the auto farm and then close the app. And guess what? I got a nice little chunk of things done in Epic 7, and it feels pretty good. And if I do have free time on my weekend, I can load up my blue stacks. I can do some, farming on the weekend buffs and take advantage of, those really choice times to be getting some account progression rewards. And that's all good. But at the same time, if I'm busy, I'm not stressing over it anymore. I'm not worried about min-maxing. Now, with this model, I have been playing daily, but I have never felt FOMO even once. On Sunday, I almost didn't even log in, but I ended up doing it just to do some arena after dinner, and then I would have been fine either way. And again, some of you are saying, well done, Acidia, but hey, I'm a serious player. It's hard to do that, to just take a step back. I'm somebody that is very thorough, and when I play a game, I want to do the best that I can. So playing a game casually doesn't come naturally to me. And I know it doesn't come naturally to some of you as well. And that's why often burnout happens for a lot of players. But now that I've found the balance specifically for Epic 7, I feel pretty good about it. And I feel like I can appreciate some of my commenters, how they share their way of playing the game. In the past, I might have been harder to relate to them. Now I can kind of understand how some people play gacha games in a different way than how I played them. So going forward, I'm going to be playing War of the Visions. I'm going to be playing Epic 7, one of them competitively and one of them casually. And I would encourage other gacha gamers, to try this experiment themselves with their side games or even their main game to see what they find. You might be surprised about how your priorities end up changing. Anyway, I appreciate all of you listening to my reflection, and I'm very curious to hear your own experiences managing your time and your gameplay. So you can let me know down in the comments down below what you think about this video, what you think about your own tactical approach to playing gacha games, and I look forward to having some interesting conversations with you all. Until next time.